Are we heading for a third world war? Because Iran has already carried out drone attack on Israel. Now we can say it's Israel chain. Are you thinking that will Israel retaliate and would it lead to an open war later? What are the current developments which have the possibility to lead a great war in which the world will eventually turn into two-sided and fight? What is happening now in the world? What are the frightening developments that will happen if there is a third world war in the world? And let us examine all these things in detail today. Before friends, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I request you to please consider subscribing this channel. When two countries, Israel and Iran, go to war due to persistent problems, often we doubt that war will evolve into a third world war. But when it comes to Iran and Israel, things look little ways because the country called Israel has already attacked the country called Iran. On April 13th, about 170 drones, 30 cruise missiles and 120 ballistic missiles were fired by a country called Iran against Israel, but Israel were able to neutralize 99% of these weapons before entering Israel's territory. If Israel retaliates now, it will certainly turn into a big open war and smells the possibility that the world will turn into two-sided and turn into a big war, that is Third World War. But when we examine why Iran decided to carry out such an operation on Israel, we can see that there has been a lot of hatred between two countries for ages. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu has already made public comment that Iran should be completely destroyed or neutralized because it is also noteworthy that many militia groups are fighting against Israel like Hezbollah, Houthis and Hamas surrounded by the country of Israel. But all these groups provides with financial assistance and military assistance to fight against Israel by Iran. That means Iran has been fighting against Israel through proxies war so long time. But now Iran has came out of the shadow of their proxy war, which was they doing before. The reason for Iran to come out from their proxy war was an attack made by Israel on April 1st in Damascus, the capital of Syria. Israel attacked the Iranian embassy located in Damascus that day. About 16 people were killed in this attack. Among them, Jed was a senior commander who was very important to Iran, who was called Haji Rahim, was died at that day. Similarly, there was a patient died who named Rasa, who was senior member of Iran Allied Force. He was working as a council member of proxy supported by Iran like Hezbollah, and he was also the one who conducted all the international deals of Iran with other countries. Most of the 16 people who died were the same people that was so much important to the country of Iran. Iran's top leader had said that the country of Iran would retaliate for killing their important face in this way. As a part of that, on April 14, Iran has launched a powerful attack against Israel using more than 70 drones and other weapons. Let's see what are the consequences of military operation carried out by Iran. We know that Israel is a country that has the strongest air defense system in the world. Iron Dome is one of the most famous air defense system of Israel, and Israel was able to neutralize 99% of the military operation carried out by Iran because of the defense system called Arrow and the Iron Dome in their hand. And the United States and Britain are the countries that helped Israel to defend against such a strong attack made by Iran. And Rishi Sunak, who is the president of Britain, revealed these things in the very next day. Even though this military operation carried out by Iran was very strong, Israel was able to defend it effectively. Iran has issued a statement that they do not want to attack Israel again. So the next question is that arises here whether Israel will retaliate for this now. Iran has explained that their goal was to attack the Israeli military base that attacked the Iranian consulate located in Syria. And they have stated Iran had almost succeeded to attack Israel back. And therefore Iran will be doing no further attack on Israel from the Iranian side. However, the attack from the Iranian side are over now, but this is completely denied by Israel. They claiming that there is no harm to military base of Israel and there is no problem happened to them. Israel has given the answer to Iran that you have not been able to do anything now. Same like the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, who has said that they will retaliate this type of military operation at any time upon Iran back. There is another thing that we need to give special attention here. The United States is a country that stands with Israel to defend against the strong attack made by Iran. But Joe Biden has now said that United States will not stand to support Israel if they go to do counterattack for the attack which has made by Iran. But for Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel is now going through a situation where he must retaliate. Why? Because there is immense pressure from inside and outside the country of Israel upon Netanyahu to launch a counter attack back to Iran. This thing quite natural everywhere, because if one of our countries is attacked by another country, the pressure to retaliate will be given by the people country to the ruling government is a normal thing. It's almost certain that if Israel hit Iran back in any way, it will start a big war for sure. Iran has the strongest army among the Arab countries now. Compared to Israel, their military force is much more. But Israel is the least outstanding country in the world with different missiles, weapons, and different systems. And similarly, the countries that say Israel is much ahead of Iran in air force. When we look here, we can see a large distance between Iran and Israel, and both countries are not countries that share borders with each other. That's why even if the country called Israel has a strong air force, it has to fly over many countries to reach Iran to drop their bombs. Iran has now said that if any country open its airspace to reach Israel to Iran, then Iran will definitely fight with those countries who are opening the border for Israel. But when we look closely here, whether it is the United States or United Nations saying that the attack on Israel and the counter-attack on Iran have been carried out in a similar manner. Therefore, all the countries of the world says that both countries, Israel and Iran, should be stopped here their attacks. Otherwise, it will probably turn into a third world war. Because I'm saying this because the small war that took place between Austria and Hungary made World War First. Similarly, when we look at World War Second, Germany's Nazis invaded Poland, which led to such a big World War Second. If you ask what were the consequences of both First and Second World War and what has the world has been able to achieve with both World Wars, the answer is nothing. Because millions of unarmed and ordinary people have died in those wars. If the war between Iran and Israel continues here, it becomes an open war. America will definitely come forward to support Israel for sure. If America comes forward and try to destroy Iran, Iran will definitely get Russia's support. With this single thing, the world will become two-sided. Later, many countries in Europe will announce their support for Israel, and there have possibility that many countries in Middle East will likely to support Iran. Similarly, if you look at China, it is likely that they will come towards Iran because they have strong feeling of anti-Americanism in that country. In short, if Israel attack Iran, we can see all the possibility that it may lead to a third world war. It is estimated that there are nuclear weapons on both sides of Iran and Israel. I remember Albert Einstein said here that if there is a third world war and the countries of the world use nuclear weapons, then in the fourth world war the people will fight each other with sticks and stones. We can pray that the world not get into third world war. Hope you liked the video. If you do so, don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you again in the next video.